Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have my Monstera Adansonii, I believe it's a narrow form Adansonii, that I got from Steve's Leaves. This is him now. It was 4 months ago that I repotted him. He's gotten a lot bigger. Oh, you can't even see the whole thing on the screen. There you go. He's gotten a lot bigger and super viney. Like, look at this. This is crazy. This is super long. I don't think any of my plants have really grown this fast. At least, I don't know, maybe it's the species specifically. All of my Monsteras and different Adansonii are growing really fast right now since it's the growing season. But even in the winter, this thing was still kicking. So today I'm gonna chop it up. It's getting kind of ridiculous. It was kind of crawling up my wall like this, which was really pretty for a while, but it's just really long, and it was actually resting on one of my Monstera deliciosas on my dresser behind me, and it's starting to bend those leaves, so I really don't want that anymore. I want to chop it and maybe make it a little bit bushier, because in the back here, as you can see, let me get this jar out of the way, there's like hardly anything. It really reaches to the light. I have a lamp up there, but it's doing really good. I just want to chop it. I know there's a lot of propagation and chop and prop videos out there, so it's really not that difficult to propagate things. But some people don't know how. If you're new to the plant community and you're just finding this video, hi, welcome. But it's really easy. It's really not as complicated as you may think. So I'm going to do a little step-by-step on how to propagate your plants as I'm doing this, just to help you out, okay? Let's get to it. Alright, we're ready to go. I sanitized my scissors with a little bit of vodka since, coronavirus, and I cannot find any rubbing alcohol anywhere right now. Sanitize those, and this is where we're gonna start. This does have a little baby on there. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with propagating the very end of my plants if they're growing a new baby, but we're gonna see how this works because there's kind of a really long stem and petiole here. So what you're gonna want to look for when you're cutting is these little nodes, okay? These grow into aerial roots, which is what's going to be the root of your plant. This is the stem, and this is the petiole of your leaf, okay? So you don't want to cut this. You want to cut the stem, and you want there to be nodes. You want to have aerial roots there. They're not really aerial roots if they're not long, so let me just clear that up. I just keep saying that. So you want to look for your node right here. And you do want to give at least like a ½ inch to an inch of space here, just a little bit of stem so that your plant has some kind of support when you go to plant it. At least that's what I think. Probably about here. I cut it at an angle and just chop. So there's one cutting. Also, tip. I have found, and not due to just my experience, I heard this from other plant people too, that if you have a pothos that is already rooted in water, to take that and put your new cuttings in there, because there's a chemical that comes off of these roots, specifically from golden pothos. I've tried it with other plants. It doesn't work as well. When you put your new cutting in with a rooted pothos in the water, the chemicals are going to release and it's going to make that root faster. So that's something to think about. If you don't have it, of course, don't worry about it. It's not like your plant's not going to root or anything like that. Just may take a couple more weeks. But personally, with my experience, I was able to root some silver scindapsus, or silver satin scindapsus, in water in 1 week. I was able to see roots starting to grow while having it in with one of these pothos. I have quite a few of them around my house just in case I'm wanting to propagate stuff. So that's that. Okay, so back to our other piece. We have this really long stem right here, and we really don't need it. So you're gonna want to take about that ½ inch to an inch space and just chop that off, okay? Now, normally, if there was a node on this, you would want to save it. So let's say that you have part of your stem here and you've either lost a leaf on it or it just didn't have success growing in its new leaf, and it grew an excess piece of stem with a node on it, you can cut that off and propagate it. It's called a bud when you do it that way. It's actually not called a propagation cutting. So you can't take buds that way and propagate or get a new plant that way, but this, as you can see, is not going to do anything because it just doesn't have a node on there. And sorry, you can see little cat hair on it. There's cat hair everywhere in my house. I can't get rid of it. Okay, now that I have the first cutting off and I have that little stem off, I'm just gonna keep going with exactly what I showed you, okay? So right above the node and cut. And there you go. That's all you need for your cutting. Just a little bit of stem, pluck it in your water. Cut off this excess stem right above here. And we have another one. So that's our third cutting. I really hope these all do well because I really want a really bushy plant, and I want to also be able to send out some plant trades if anyone is wanting some of these. I know some people can't really find Adansonii, or they just can't afford the bigger baskets that they sell online. They can be really expensive. So yeah, I actually haven't done a plant trade yet. I'm only in the process of plant trading with someone right now. I'm just waiting for some propagations to root, and then we'll be good to send it out. But I don't want to send anything out that's not going to be rooted yet because I don't want it to die. So, I might end it all out. Number 4. Oh, flying. Cut off the stem. Now sometimes if you cut your propagation and the stem is a little bit long and it starts rotting in your water, that's okay. You can, because you have that length there, you can cut that rotting off. If it starts, you can actually stop it. I'm not really sure if there's a way to 100% stop it from rotting, or if it's just something that happens, or if there's something wrong with the plant, or what. I'm honestly not sure, but I know that some plants, just don't take to the water very well, so they need a little adjusting, and they'll rot a little bit of that excess stem off that they don't need, and then sometimes that's it. Sometimes they end up not being a success, which is okay as well, because not every propagation is going to be a success, and that's why you want to take more than one for every single time you're propagating, because it's probably not going to be good. It's probably not going to survive if you just have that one. I think we're getting close to my goal here, because this is kind of long up here too. I don't know, you think I should cut that? It's all going to grow back, by the way. When you cut a vine like this, it can actually grow back from about where you cut it. Here, I'll show you real quick. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. This little nub here. I'm really sorry, it's hard to see. I've tried everything with the lighting in my room and it's not helping me. So, this little stem, it's not going to die off or anything. It might dry out, but this petiole that's, attached to your leaf, it's not going to die or anything. The stem's not going to die. It's actually going to grow a new little node or shoot. I'm actually not sure the correct term, so please correct me so that I can learn. It will grow a new shoot out in between the petiole and the stem, and it'll create a new leaf, and it'll start vining again from there. I can show you a little example of that on one of my other plants too. Oh, hey, Live Weight humidifier. This isn't sponsored or anything, but that is my favorite brand humidifier. I only have one, but I've had a few in the past and they just didn't work very good. This one is amazing, and they have amazing quality customer service. And it was really inexpensive for what it is, so I really recommend checking them out. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. This is one of my other Adansonii. I cut the stem right there, really, really close, because I knew it would dry out a little bit, but I knew it wouldn't kill my leaf, and I just didn't want a bunch of stem there. And now there's a little shoot growing back right next to it, in between the stem and the petiole. So that will start vining again. I just cut this because it was getting really long, and I wanted some cuttings, but yeah, you don't have to worry about losing that long vine. It'll take a little bit of time to come back, but it will come back, I promise. Alright, I'm gonna do a couple more, I decided. So, jump there. Let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 6. That's a lot of leaves. It looks really pretty though. If anyone knows what that like weird like dry stuff is on my leaves that come on the new leaves, it like ends up crusting off and like falling off if I clean them, but I'm not sure what that is. Is it like from minerals in the water that I'm giving it or what? Give it filtered water. Not sure. Could be too much salt in my water maybe. I have no idea, but if anyone knows, I'd really love to know so that I can stop just guessing, and maybe I should Google it. You know, Google helps. Don't always need answers from other people. So, yeah. There. Ooh, that was a juicy one. Gotta stick that in there. Yep, I think I'm just gonna do this last, actually. Well, if my camera will let me, I'm going to see if I can pick this up. So I was going to cut this very last one, but as you can see, there's really like nothing when it comes to nodes or aerial roots right here. But I actually see a new little shoot coming out right there. So I might just leave this one even though it's kind of crazy. I don't want to cut it if it's gonna die, you know? There's like, it doesn't seem like there's anything for it to grow out of, so I think that's gonna stay. But yeah, I think it looks a bit better. Just gonna cut this last stem off, a bit close, and that's it. I don't know, I might keep this longer one on the top. Okay, so we're all done cutting, and this is what she looks like. I got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 cuttings from this big plant, and then I'm hoping to make it a lot bushier and give a couple away. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully another video will come out sooner than this one did compared to my last one, but yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. I just wanted to add this clip in here to clarify why I believe this species is a narrow form Adansonii, or Adansonii. I'm not sure how you say it, but I say it both ways. Anyway, this is pretty narrow looking to me compared to this. Like, I'm not sure. Are they the same? I don't think so. I really don't think they're the same. That looks a lot bigger. Like, that I believe is the normal Adansonii form. It's very wide leaves with a lot of holes. Whereas this has, you know, not as many holes, but it's a lot thinner and narrow, a lot more narrow looking, in my opinion. I don't know, what do you think? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure these are different, right? On Steve's leaves, this was labeled as just a regular Monstera Adansonii, but this one was as well from a different company, from a nursery. So I guess I can let you guys be the judge of that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.